Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Amanda and today I'm playing with May I Scraplift You for the last day of May I Scraplift You because it's the last day of May, and where I am scraplifting that layout from Janet G Scraps. It's at the top corner and I pulled out a whole bunch of scraps today and didn't even realize that's what Janet's name was, so it's all good. So I pulled out a whole bunch of scraps. I pulled out a tag die, and I have these 3 photos that I scrapped last week, the week before, for one of my kiddos. And I'm going to scrap them for my other kiddo because I have some of them that I can. So on this one, it's 3 photos. On the one I did the last time, it was 5 and they were in the frames. So I will link that at the end if you want to take a look at it if you haven't seen it. And so I'm just going to choose two of the photos that my husband and the kids are in, and one with the flowers, because that works, and that's what I got. So I did think about this Hip Kit Club die, but I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't know, it's pretty narrow compared. Like, I was looking at the other one, like looking at the lift, and hers are pretty like short, fat tags, not that long, narrow, short and wide. But so I decided to go with the short and wide one, and because I did want to have some room in between my tags too. So I'm cutting down my photos to a 3x4 because that's kind of which it looks like she probably used, maybe, yeah, about 3x4. So just making it easy on myself and doing all that right now. And then the other 2 photos that really don't do very much will just get put away. And then, so I'm looking at the papers that I picked out. So I really liked this black one, like this black pattern paper, and it's from Photoplay, and I think it was called Sweet as Honey or something like that. And I've had this for a while. I actually did a album class with Creative Scrapbooker for their VIP, and that's some of my leftovers that I have, and I still have that, and I'm going to keep that top page because I probably will use those strips on something. And then I'm just going to run these through my die cutter, and I think that stripy piece is a piece of basic gray, an old piece of basic gray, I'm pretty sure. And then this one's from the Photoplay, and then this black one, like I said, is. And there are my 3 tags. And so I thought the basic gray one would go because it's got that orangey yellow color that's in the Photoplay collection. So, and then I decided I wanted to do the reinforcement rings for the holes on them. So I am going to do 3 sets. One is just the ring, and one actually folds over, and I didn't know which one I wanted to use. So I'm going to do 3 sets in black, and then I'm going to do 3 of just the reinforcer piece, not the long flappy one, in an orange color. So when I was looking at the stuff on the black, I was like, on that black flower print, I was like, oh, you're not really going to see that. So I do pick it up for in a second, and I'm like, this one will probably work, but let's see. Yeah, I'm not going to use black because it's just not going to, if I go through all that work and it's not going to show up, then why did I even do it? So I'm going to do 3 of these in this little piece of scrap that I have, and then this scrap is going to go into the recycling because there's not much left on it, and yay. And then that's done. I'm going to put this away right away so I don't lose it. And then there's my white cardstock and my 3 tags. and my photos about there. And so I'm going to do the hole punches first. And then this is, I don't know if you can tell on screen, but it is definitely not center. And I was like, oh, maybe if I put the thing on, it'll be like well enough. And I was like, nope. So I'm going to put this on where it is actually center, and I'm going to open up my hole punch, and I'm going to pick out the piece I hole punched out, and I'm just going to put it back in and then line it up and then re-hole punch, because yeah. And so that one's too big, that one's too big, but I have this one, which is a really small hole punch. And so I'm going to use that one, and I'm just going to round this out just a little bit because I did that a little bit backwards, and that's okay. And so now I'm going to hole punch the other two using the one I've already done as a guide, because yay. And then the yellow is going to go on the back background, and this black one's going to go on this wood grain with the bees. And super cute. And then I'm going to kind of plan out where I want these to go, because Janet has some mixed media on her background, just a touch of it. I'm going to get a whole much more than just a touch, but that's okay. She literally has like very defined, controlled, like I think maybe she used paint, but I don't want to use paint. I just didn't. So I'm going to map this out where I think they should go. And then I'm going to take a look at what I have for mixed media. I'm thinking probably inks, maybe a splatter. And then I'm like, no, I'm going to do packaging technique. So I pulled out those two, but then I'm going to use this Hero Arts one. And this one is the ombre in this blue-green. And it's reactive, so you get like all sorts of different colors with it for this blue and green. And oh, look at how well that went on. And then I keep going because I keep going. And I love how there's definitely that ombre effect with that, even with the packaging. So yay, I'm so happy how that turned out, even though I obviously have a lot more on my page than Janet has on hers, but that's okay. So I'm going to get the tags down, and I'm just going to use my T-square to get them on straight. And then this gets all jammed up from my tape runner. And so there's still tape in it. And I'm like, oh, why do you keep doing that? So I get enough on this tag to get it down. Just going to erase some lines. And then use my T-square to get that on too. And then they're both about an inch in and an inch up and down. And I should have actually put that bottom one up a little bit more because that photo is going to overhang. So it's going to have a little more room on the top than the bottom, but that's okay. And still fighting with this. I get enough out of this to get this tag on, and then I'll have to flip out for the next time. I don't think anything else needed tape on it today, so. Oh, my photos did. So I was thinking my photos, I might back them in black, but I decided that I didn't like that just because the tag there kind of gets lost with the black. So I decided none. And then I put these down, and they would have been fine where they are, but I'm going to move them all over. I was thinking kind of there because I didn't want to lose that bee on the wood grain paper, but I lose them anyway because I move them over, and it's paper. Oh wow. But who's so cute. Like, I'm being really strategic on where that paper goes because of the bee, but I'm like, maybe not. And then I decide, well, what does it look like if I do move them over? More so like Janet has. And I was like, yeah, actually I like that more. So I'm going to pull it up and move them over. And this one too. And it's going to cover that bee. And I'm looking for stuff to put on it now. So I pulled out a whole bunch of different things. So I have that Simple Stories. I have a little bit of the Photo Play sticker sheet. I have some Hip Kit Club. I think that is, I don't remember who this is. It says on the back, but I don't remember. Anyways, I'm going to use some of these stickers. So this one has rose gold on it, and it says Summertime, Ultimate Necessity, and it spells sun. And the one on the left side is also in rose gold, and it says, here is to Weekend Adventures. And so I thought that worked out pretty good. I was looking through that some more, and there's nothing else there. But this flower can go on, because that sunflower's in that background paper. I'm going to put that one there for now, and it's going to move. And then, nope. But I am going to pull out quite a bit from this, what I have left of the Simple Stories sticker book. So, flowers, half pieces. It's so, words gone. I'm so happy that I got to use a lot of this up. So that's a strip that has bees on it, and I used some of it on something else, but I'm just going to cut them into groups of 3. And so I thought maybe one there, and one's going to stay up here. And then I'm like, no, I don't like that one there. And so that works out. This flower is going to go on the upper right. This one is going to go on the right tag too. Upper right tag, and another little bit of leftovers for those flowers. And then thought about this slide piece, but wasn't making me super happy, so I was like, nope, this says Forever in My Heart, and that works really well there. Those are super cute, and I'm gonna do one more check of those. That's not working for me. One more check on here. There's not anything that I really want to do on that one. So I'm gonna, that's Evie. This will be her page because of the bees on it, but she was telling me I should cut out and put more bees on it. I'm like, well, I'll put more bees on it. So I pulled out this, and this is the last little bit of the photo play I have, but I have these Hip Kit Club bows. So I'm going to do 3 of them, not the blue, but the other ones. So there's 3 pieces to these. And so you fold in the one piece that looks, I don't know, kind of weird shape. And I was checking to see if these were adhesive backed, and I couldn't remember. They definitely are not. And then you put some glue on this weird shaped one in the middle, and that folds in to make the bow piece. And then they have this rectangle piece that hides where you fold it in and probably connects it really well because you glue it, and then you get like that bow look, and then that goes underneath, and super cute. And I'm going to make the other 2 up off screen because most of it was off screen anyway. And then I have some of these stickers. I think these were Hip Kit Club. They might be Studio Calico. I'm not 100% sure, but they were that orangey color that's in the upper tag and in that sun sticker. So I thought they worked really well. And then I pulled out these bees, and this was part of my album kit that I had, it was probably 2 years ago. And so pulling out 9 bees and then 9 of the circle bits, and these are plastic. But the bees you can face either way, which is super cool. So sometimes you get like these plastic bits and you can only face them the one way because they're not good for both. But these you totally can face both ways, which is perfect because I can have all the bees face into the photos. Which sounds kind of funny, but it makes me happy. So I'm just sprinkling them around each of the tags. So each tag gets 3 yellow circle bits and 3 bees. And the bees are all a little bit different shape or size. That's super cute. I'm I'm going to put one up here. And now I'm like, it just needs one more thing. I got a little smudgy mark on my paper down there, so I'm just erasing it. It just needs one more thing. And so I decided to use this black and white jute that I used on my page yesterday, the day before, Thursday, because it was still on my desk. So I used up one of the pieces that I had already cut off, and then just cut 2 more pieces. And this is what I needed to finish off my page. Otherwise, it was just lacking just a little bit. So putting this on, I just feel like now it's complete. I didn't need anything else. And yay. Just stapling those down for where I kind of want them to go. And that one can just stay stuck up. I don't have close-ups in my video today. They didn't work, so I just cut it out. But there are still shots here that are close-up that you can see what I did. If you haven't checked out Janet G Scraps Out yet, make sure you do. Pineapple Papers will be linked below too, because she is the person in charge of May I Scraplift You. She hosts it and sets it up and does so much work before this starts. And here's some other videos and stuff that you might want to watch. Thank you so much for watching today. Have yourself a wonderful day.